Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. From the four corners of the world, to the four corners of this ring, the fight starts now!
So close.
How do you like it?
Close the show.
So aggressive, so focused.
Look at these two guys! Still the undisputed champion of the world!
Live from downtown Los Angeles at the Golden Boy office, headquarters for Golden Boy Promotions. I'm your host, Beto Duran, and welcome to today's press conference for Jaime Munguía and John Ryder. Jaime Munguía against John Ryder is a 12-round super middleweight clash presented in association with Zanfer Boxing and Matchroom Boxing. This fight will take place at Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona, Saturday, January 27th. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com. It will be live worldwide on DAZN. And of course, it's sponsored by BetOnline, the leading online experts. All right, 2023 was a great year, and who better to talk about it than the Hall of Famer himself, Oscar de la Hoya. Oscar, right now we start talking about it. Of course, we're going to talk about Munguia and Ryder, which I know a fight you're really excited for in 2024. But 23, what a year for Golden Boy Promotions. What are you most proud about?
Well, the future starts today, and 2023 was a very explosive, exciting year for the sport of boxing in general. We had a lot of great fights within the Golden Boy stable, fights of the year candidates, including Jaime Munguía and other fighters in our stable. But I'm very proud of what boxing has done in general over the years, especially this year in 2023. Fighters are wanting to fight each other. Fighters are not afraid to fight each other. They want to make the fights happen. We still have to work on some fighters to go out there and fight the very best, but we're trending in the right direction. We feel that boxing is on its way up. Like always, we've been talking about this for many years, for decades, but boxing is healthy, boxing is alive and well, and we're excited for a young man who has been leading the charge in making sure that the fans are getting what they deserve, and that's action-packed fights. And Jaime Munguía was built for this moment. Jaime Munguía was built to be inside the ring and give the fight fans entertainment.
And then that'll happen at the end of January in Phoenix, Arizona. Munguia and Ryder. Oscar, before we start talking about them, though, let's talk about what you've been doing, because you've been very active on social media telling fighters, hey, let's get the fights going. You called out other promoters, because not just because you're a promoter and it's a business, but because you care about the sport of boxing, don't you?
Well, I'm a fighter first, and I'm sure the world sometimes forgets that I was a fighter first, and I love watching great matchups. I love watching prospects who are graduating to become national champions, international champions, and then eventually world champions. I want to see the best fighting the best. It does take some work. It does take a lot of strategy, because you have other promoters that you're working with. Maybe sometimes fighters are not ready. They need more time. They need more experience. But in due time, I strongly feel that in 2024, like I said, the future starts today. And I really feel that by working with the rest of the promoters, we can make the best fights happen. Because, like I said, I'm a fighter first, and I'm a promoter second.
All right, Golden Boy Promotions is about putting on the big fights, also about developing young fighters. And this Thursday, Golden Boy Fight Night, live on DAZN. It's about getting the fighters who aren't quite ready, but a chance to get some exposure on TV. So Thursday night, Golden Boy Fight Night will be live at Fantasy Springs Casino. It's about giving young fighters an opportunity to shine, and that's what you want to do because they got to get through that before they get to the Munguia stage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the developmental series. It's all about discovering the next talent. And if you take a look at the landscape of boxing, if you take a look at any other promoter out there in the world, you compare their roster to our roster, we know how to do it. We know how to develop world champions, but not only world champions, stars like Canelo, like Ryan Garcia, like we promoted Pacquiao, like we promoted Floyd Mayweather after they fought me as a fighter, and now I promoted them as a promoter. We have the recipe. And so you take a look at our roster like William Cepeda and Virgil Ortiz. You take a look fighters like that are coming up like Floyd Schofield. You take a look at fighters that are just making their own mark in boxing. And our job as a promoter is to guide them and make sure that we take them to superstardom. That's ultimately our goal.
And January 6th, you'll see Virgil Ortiz live from Las Vegas. At the end of January in Phoenix, Arizona, Jaime Munguía, you talk about developing fighters. It's about getting the tough fights. The last time we saw him fight Derevchenko, that was a heck of a fight. It's nothing easy with this guy.
There's nothing easy with Jaime Munguía. He loves being in the ring. He loves trading. He loves being in front of the crowd. He's in an exciting fight every single time he goes out. He has the power. He has the talent. He has the work ethic. He has the vision. But more importantly now, he has a corner in Freddie Roach who will take him to the next level. Jaime Munguía, the future is today. And believe me when I say this, Jaime Munguía will challenge anybody and everybody at 168. 168 pounds is on notice.
2024, what are the plans for Munguía?
Well, he's in a very difficult fight against John Ryder, a fighter who we all know now because of facing Canelo Alvarez, where that fight lasted 12 rounds. Canelo couldn't knock him out. Obviously, I'm sure that Freddie Roach and Jaime Munguía, I don't want to speak for them, but if I was them, I would want to finish that job and knock out Ryder. So that's a very intriguing fight, January 27th for Jaime Munguía and for the sport of boxing. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be one of those firework fights that I guess we always expect from Jaime Munguía.
There it is, Jaime Munguía, John Ryder at the end of January in Phoenix, Arizona. All right, Oscar, let's bring up the man of the hour right now. Before we get to bringing up Jaime Munguía, I want to recognize the new Hall of Famer, Bernardo Osuna from ESPN, in attendance with us today. A little round of applause for Bernardo Osuna, who does a great job for the sport of boxing and a trailblazer for the Latino journalists out there. Great job, Bernie. Appreciate you. All right, let's bring up right now the CEO of Zanfer Boxing, who just recently, as a new world champion, Rafa Espinoza. Bring up right now Fernando Beltran to the podium. Munguia's new trainer from Wildcard Boxing, the Hall of Fame trainer, Freddie Roach. You can clap for Freddie. You can clap for Fernando. And of course, from Tijuana, the super middleweight contender, Jaime Munguía. Well, Polo Essential translating for us today. Some of it. How you doing, Jaime? You good? All right. Fernando, let's start with you. Last time we saw Jaime take on Derevchenko, what did you think of that fight?
Well, it was a great honor to be involved in that card. Obviously, that fight is one of the fights who are going to be mentioned for Fight of the Year. It was unbelievable, and we knew that Derevyanchenko didn't have luck with the judges in previous fights, but this fight was just sensational. Ended up in the 12th round. It was unbelievable. So it was great, and I think Jaime proved that he's in the biggest level, because that guy, we all know he beat Triple G in his fight. He didn't get the judges card, but we all saw the fight, and we all know that Derevyanchenko beat Triple G, and Jaime beat him well. So I was very proud.
Freddie, for you, you're now working with Munguia. What do you like about this young man?
He's a hard worker, and he trains really hard every day. Good sparring, and I think he's going to be a future world champion for sure.
A future world champion, Freddie Roach is saying. Oscar, you worked with Freddie. Now you're working with him as a boxer, promoter. What was it like when you went out there, and what can Jaime learn from him?
Well, Freddie Roach definitely has the experience. He obviously is one of a few, if not maybe the only one, who is literally a legend inside the ring when he's training you. He knows styles. He knows how to get you in great shape, but he also knows strategy. And when you have a fighter like Jaime Munguía, who's already there, who already has the skill, who already has the power, it's a matter of fine-tuning and sharpening his tools. I strongly feel that Freddie Roach and Jaime will work amazing together and just take his skill to another level. I mean, watch out, 168 pounds.
And Jaime, for you, a new trainer in your corner. How tough is this fight against John Ryder?
Jaime, para ti, con un nuevo entrenador en tu esquina, ¿qué tan difícil ves esta pelea en contra de John Ryder?
Bueno, yo creo que es una pelea pues difícil, ya que John Ryder es un peleador pues con mucha experiencia, ha tenido experiencia mundial, pero la verdad que estamos trabajando muy fuerte para la pelea con John Ryder, y yo creo que Freddy pues nos va a ayudar mucho en la esquina.
John Ryder is a very tough fighter, a world-class experienced fighter, but I believe that with Freddie in my corner, we're going to be okay in this fight.
And Fernando, of course, 2024, you have big plans for Jaime Munguia. Why take on John Ryder?
Well, we've been talking, Golden Boy and I, Oscar and I, and we felt that everybody knows Ryder in the last part of his last fight with Canelo. He was doing very good. He was doing, he was hitting Canelo with punches that we didn't see Canelo get hit before. And I really believe, and Oscar believes, that if we want to be in the ring with the best, we need to start beating the best. And I think Ryder is one of the best of the division. And we're hoping to get an opportunity with Canelo. Let's try to finish Ryder before Canelo.
All right, so you want that Canelo fight. That's what you want.
Oh, well, I think...
If everything goes right with Ryder.
I think it's not me who wants the fight. I think it's all Mexico, all the people of the boxing. Everybody wants to see that fight. Two Mexican guys going against each other. Like we were talking, Oscar and I, how long since we haven't seen an elite Mexican fight against between Mexican and a Mexican. It's been a long time. And I really believe that everybody wants to see this fight.
And Freddie, before we even start talking about that, you got to get through John Ryder. What impresses you the most about Jaime Munguia's work ethic?
He's really a good puncher, and he punches really hard with both hands, and he trains hard every day, and he's ready to go 12 rounds every day of the week.
Every day. So they're doing that work at Wildcard Boxing in Hollywood after training in Tijuana. Oscar, you keep saying Jaime Munguia is going to put the division on notice. Why are you so confident in that?
Well, the addition of Freddie Roach is a huge confidence booster for anyone who has him as a trainer. I think Jaime has a great team behind him, but it ultimately starts with Jaime, and he has what it takes. He has what it takes to keep chipping away and fighting the tough fights and getting to the top. And he's not going to stop until he gets to the top. So, we strongly feel like Fernando's saying, imagine Jaime beating Ryder and then a potential Canelo fight, an all Mexican duel. It would be a huge honor as a promoter. It would be a huge honor to be involved in an all Mexican duel with Canelo and Jaime Munguía. We haven't seen that type of fight at that level since maybe Eric Morales Barrera, Julio Cesar Chavez, Azabache Martinez. These types of fights are very special. So Jaime is very close. And obviously it's all up to Canelo Alvarez because, like he says, he's the king and he chooses whoever he wants to fight. But Jaime Munguía is just chipping away and doing what he does best to get noticed, to get that recognition, to be at the top. So maybe one day Canelo can choose him to fight.
And Jaime, for you, do you need a knockout over John Ryder to get a Canelo fight?
Jaime, ¿tú crees que necesitas el knockout? Y tú sabes la pregunta en contra de John Ryder para conseguir esa pelea en contra de Canelo Álvarez.
Bueno, no creo. No creo que sea como fuerza. Obviamente no estoy desesperado por noquear a John Ryder. Creo que tengo las habilidades y creo que voy a llegar lo suficientemente preparado para noquearlo. Y pues esperemos que así sea, así va a ser.
I don't think that's necessary, but I have enough strength to do it. If it happens, and I believe it's going to happen, then whatever happens, happens.
All right, if everything goes according to plan against Ryder, do you feel like you can fight Canelo this year?
¿Tú crees que si todo sale como está planeado, vencer a John Ryder, puedes enfrentarte a Canelo el próximo año?
Pues puede ser que sí. Vamos a trabajar muy fuerte para que así sea. Pues vamos a buscar, obviamente sin menospreciar, sin hacer menos a John Ryder. Creo que, como lo dije al principio, lo respeto mucho y vamos a trabajar muy fuerte para ganar esa pelea y después de ahí que vengan las peleas grandes. Yo creo que pues tenemos ya bastante tiempo buscando la oportunidad y no se ha llegado, pero pues aquí seguimos trabajando fuerte y esperando la oportunidad.
I believe so. Nothing to take away from John Ryder, but I believe we can beat them. And if that happens, then we will keep on fighting to look for the big fights. And that's what I'm going to keep on doing, keep fighting for that opportunity to get the big fights.
And Fernando, it was about 6 years ago. We were in Turning Stone in upstate New York when you fought Saddam Ali. The only Mexicans there were Jaime, you, and me, right? And he knocked down Saddam Ali. We came back and we're like, wait a minute, this young man is on the verge of something. How proud are you of the way that Munguia has taken his career?
Well, I'm very proud, and also it's been an honor handling his career with this great company, with Golden Boy, in association with them. It's been a very good ride, and we've been honored and of course very proud of Jaime. He's a very loyal kid, a very hardworking kid, and working with some athlete like him. It's always an honor, and I'm very proud of him, very proud.
And Oscar, you said at the beginning of the press conference, it's about developing fighters, getting them to the next level. It's about going through the battles, the war test, to when you are fighting for that championship belt. You've been there, done that. You know how to react. When they brought you Jaime Munguía and you've developed them, did you expect to be here today?
No, you never expect anything as a promoter. When you meet somebody, you hope that they're loyal. You hope they're good people. You hope that we can all work together for one goal, and that's to take Jaime to the top. And that's exactly what has happened day in and day out. We're a great team, and it starts with the fighter. When the fighter lends himself to fight the tough fights, when he lends himself to get a trainer who's going to take him to another level, when he trusts his team, his promoters, it makes everything that much easier. It makes it pleasant, and I'm living a dream, literally. I literally want to see these young fighters, these young champions become world champions, become stars, and Jaime Munguía is on his way.
And Oscar, January 27th in Phoenix, Arizona, a spot to Jaime Munguía. What should we expect that night?
I think fireworks. I think a new and improved Jaime Munguía with Freddie Roach in his corner. I mean, people are curious. Wow, what is he going to learn? How is he going to grow? What is he going to use inside the ring against a tough, experienced fighter in John Ryder? Because you have to take this into consideration. John Ryder is going to come out with more experience. He's going to come out as a better fighter than he did fighting Canelo Alvarez. Facing the very best in Canelo, it elevates your game. And I'm sure John Ryder is coming out to take out Jaime's head. And so you have to be ready. You have to be prepared. So I think we're going to see another great performance from Jaime. We're going to see another great fight, and it's going to be exciting.
And Fernando, últimas palabras en español si quiere.
Darle las gracias a todos y muy contento de estar involucrado en la carrera de Jaime Munguía, ser copromotor de él. Para mí es un honor y sinceramente un muchacho, como lo dije, es un muchacho leal que trabaja muy fuerte y sobre todo que entrega todo de sí, viene siempre a pelear y es un mexicano que pelea como mexicano arriba del ring.
Oscar.
Sí, gracias a toda la prensa, primeramente, a todos los fans que están escuchando ahora. Estamos muy orgullosos de Jaime Munguía. Estamos al pendiente, obviamente, de los fans. Los fans siempre nos preguntan cuándo va a pelear Jaime con Canelo, con Benavides, con los mejores del mundo. Esta pelea con John Ryder sí va a ser una pelea difícil y fuerte, y eso lo saben, como Freddie Roach y Jaime Munguía, y obviamente por esa razón están bien preparados, listos para la guerra, y estamos muy contentos con Jaime y con su carrera, y pues primero Dios que todo salga bien.
And Jaime, for you, how excited are you for 2024?
Jaime, para ti, ¿cuál es tu nivel de emoción para lo que es el próximo año 2024?
Bueno, pues la verdad estamos muy emocionados, tanto mi equipo como yo. Creo que el 24 va a ser un gran año. Creo que vienen grandes cosas para mi carrera, para mí, para todos nosotros. Como lo dije, estoy muy emocionado. Me estoy preparando con todo para John Ryder, para salir ganador con la mano en alto, y pues después de ahí listo para alguna pelea grande o para un campeonato del mundo.
As I've said before, 2024, we are very excited, myself, my team. We are looking forward to John Ryder, and after that, then we'll go for a big fight, for a big title fight.
All right, the former champion at 154, ready to make noise at 168. Round of applause for Freddie Roach, Fernando Beltran, Oscar Hoya, and Jaime Munguía. That concludes the press conference. How about here some photos? Las fotos acá. Thanks to everybody who are coming out today. We appreciate all members of the media. Make sure you grab some food. Golden Boy Catering is taking care of you. Again, January 27th in Phoenix, Arizona, live on DAZN is where you want to check out that fight. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Munguia against Ryder, a 12-round super middleweight at Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona, Saturday, January 27th. For everybody from Golden Boy, I'm Beto Duran. Thanks for watching today's press conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.